He had to change the music.
Oh, yeah. All right.
What was that?
Macho Man Randy Savage, yeah.
I see.
Oh, dear God. Here we go.
Oh, brother. We got 7 people already. Hey, listen. Like and subscribe. Share this podcast. Welcome to the show. Got special guests tonight, Chris and Missy.
What's up, guys?
Yeah. Sick Wide Glide.
And Mrs.
And Mrs. Moto.
Mrs. Moto.
Yeah. I don't know your YouTube channel. I need to subscribe to that. Do you have a YouTube channel?
No. I mean, I have one, but I don't do it.
Gotcha. You got your main one. I mean, it's a lot of work to do 2 of them at the same time, so I understand.
What video is that?
Well, they have cruising through them too, right?
All right, we got Sparky. Connie, can you read these?
Which one we rate, man?
Freddie Rods is on.
Hey, what's up, Freddie?
Up there?
Astro.
Yeah, put your Astro.
Astro.
Right.
Standing by. The most original username, Meowdy.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Freddie Rides.
Freddie Rides is on. Okay.
Yep, Freddie Rides is on.
How do I tell everybody this?
I wouldn't.
Right. I'm out of there. I'm over here trying to text. I'm like, there's no way.
Pay attention.
You know, Chris, I didn't get asked this week. Can they hear us now?
I think they can hear you.
I always ask. Can they hear us now?
Yes.
They can definitely hear us now.
What do we have? Was this 3, 2, 1?
There we go. All right. This is our donation for Folds of Honor, please. If you want to donate, you can. It's goes straight to that page. It does nothing to do with us. It's an Indian IMRG charity ride event for Folds of Honor. You can look up on the website what they do, but they do scholarships for children. And all right, to the next screen. Hey, if you want to be a guest, a special guest, scan this code and fill out the form. And yeah, we'll see what we can do. We are filling up our fall and winter schedule right now for our winter. What's it called? Winter
Therapy
Yeah,
series.
Yeah, winter therapy. All right, and Max, it's your disclaimer right there. I put a different one, so you're gonna have to read the screen. I don't know if you got to put your glasses on.
I do, because guess what? It's tiny. All right. Hi, and I got to get off screen too. Hi, everybody. At Throttle and Iron, we believe that throttles and bottles do not mix. We promote responsible drinking and do not condone drinking and riding in any way, shape, or form. While we may enjoy a drink during the podcast, and our guest may do so also, we do so in the safety of our own homes, with no riding taking place afterwards. Please enjoy responsibly, follow your local laws, and never ever drink and ride. Ride safe and live free. Having said that, people are still waiting to hear what I'm drinking tonight. So, a local product, folks. New Riff single malt. Now, this is the old single malt. They have a new one that just came out, and they're both very, very tasty. 116 proof. Do it with an ice cube. If you get a chance to pick up New Riff, do so. You won't be sorry. I'm not. Here's to you.
Les, what you got? You got anything?
Yeah, I have to keep unmuting my microphone because my dog's barking in the background. I just have Crown and Coke. Nothing
gotcha.
fancy.
All right. Yeah, Droves. Well said. Exactly, Sparky. All right, what do you guys got, Missy? You guys, how you guys doing tonight? Welcome to the podcast. And Chris.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you
it's
for
gonna be
having
a-
us.
I'm sipping on some Blantons tonight.
Blanton. Okay. Cool.
Excellent choice. Excellent choice.
Thank
Well,
you.
welcome to the podcast. Thanks for accepting the invite. Hopefully, other people
Yeah,
see this
thanks for
podcast
having
and
us.
do the same. So we got lots to get through. I mean, it's you've had a quick turnabout of things, right? I mean, 140. Well, actually, what is it? 115,000
all of
subscribers.
those degrees. Yep. All the subscribers. Yeah. I thought you were saying 180.
180 degrees, yeah. Well, not
Yeah.
quite, but,
A lot of people. You're well known. What are you well known for?
That's a good question. A little bit of how to, a little bit of education.
Mhm.
I like to talk a little trash sometimes about parts, and we like to compare things and
Mhm.
be as fair and blunt as possible. Try to keep all the BS out of it.
I would say he's known for being a good tuner.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Harley, what do you call them? Them guys with the technology. They got the little wards on their side pockets.
Yeah.
Yes.
Master Tech.
Yes, I have those as well. Now mine are expired. I no longer
Okay.
work at a dealership, so after time they just naturally run their course. But yes, I held the rank of Master of Service Technology for who knows, 12, 13 years straight. Prior to that, you go through phases where you have to re-up them and things like that. So
And I know you can't do this alone. So who's on your side right there? And what does she do?
this is my wife Melissa, also known as Missy's Moto.
I'm a veterinarian.
Veterinarian and YouTuber now.
She is now a veterinarian and
The
YouTuber.
sidekick, yeah.
Yeah. What do you guys got? I don't want to be taking the whole show. I got two other, co-hosts here. You guys got any questions before we go? Yeah, look, they're silent. They don't even know what to say.
I know.
No, I wait for Les to go. He's more educated about Harleys than I am. Go ahead, Les.
I don't know. I don't know about that, but what I really find interesting is that you lived in Wisconsin or Alaska for a while, right? So you went from was it Florida to Alaska and back to Florida. So how do you do that, and how could you get any further extreme if you try?
Well, you can't really on the same piece of land. That's it's about as far as you can go, just about from point A to point B. That was an event, a turn of events that took place in my younger years in life. I grew up here in Central Florida, and as a young man, you want to go out in the world and sow your seeds and see the world, so to speak. And I met a young lady, and I ran off to Alaska, got married, had some kids, and spent 9 years there, almost 10 years, and came back, brought my children with me, and here I am today. I mean, there's a lot to fill in between, but yeah, the simple part.
How was the writing up there?
That's a Cliff Notes version.
Yeah.
Yeah, very.
How different was the writing?
Simplified version. Honestly, other than the surroundings, the visual differences, to me, it's pavement's pavement. It's all the same.
It's gorgeous up there.
It is beautiful.
If you're
it's
a religious
stunning.
person, it's truly God's country. I mean, it's absolutely pristine up there. I would never, in any way, chance in hell, live there, but it's gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, it's all pristine until you run into a moose.
Yes.
Point out.
Or you're in 20 feet of snow and negative 20 degrees.
There's that too. There's some
And there it
downsides
is.
with the ups,
I'm out.
Yeah,
Definitely
but you had mentioned though that the writing season is kind of like Wisconsin, at least from a season standpoint.
Yeah.
So,
Like I think when we talked before, I mentioned on a good year, you're out mid-March, and you're putting it away probably the 1st of November, Halloweenish. So, that from what I understand, that's similar to Wisconsin, northern U.S., I guess. I didn't live there, so I don't know that for sure, but.
Here in Florida, that's really when our best riding season starts, is like October, November, though it's a little bit cooler.
It is,
We're
absolutely.
here, the humidity.
Yeah, when the snowbirds all leave.
Yeah, so
That is true.
So I actually have a friend that was in the Fort Myers area. He lives a little north of there now, but he told me though that the insects are like their own version of wildlife down there. They're so big and everything else.
They'll carry your dog away.
Yeah, that's what he
The
said.
mosquitoes will carry your small
Yeah,
dog.
mosquitoes are huge. It's love bug season right now. It's a pain in the ass. Yep.
So yeah, like I said, he was in Fort Myers, and he said that most of the time you get out, if you're going to ride much, you try to ride before noon if it's during the summer. And they said the same thing.
Yeah.
During the fall months, and that is when the best riding comes around. So
Yeah, we still ride now. It's just like you said, it's earlier or later. The humidity is really what kills you.
Humidity and the
yeah.
rain.
Yes, I just want to interrupt here for a second. I am starring everybody's questions. We will get to the questions if I find time to. We will try to get to every one of them. We'll see how it goes. One of the questions
We
is,
can't see
what
the
do you-
questions. So.
You can't. It should be. I'm putting it in.
I think
the
they
chat.
pop up, but they're
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
They
in
go away
the
pretty
chat.
okay.
Yeah.
It says, yeah.
So the first one is, what does Missy ride, if she does ride, and what do you ride? Both of you. We'll just talk about what's your rides.
I have a Softail Lowrider S with a 131 in it, and I have it's a 20, and I have a 22 Street Glide ST.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice.
and I have a 23 Road Glide standard.
Oh, and we both have Groms, Honda Groms.
We do. We will, as a matter of fact, Tuesday we'll be leaving to head up to Townsend, Tennessee for the small bore rally. So we're looking forward to that. We do that. We did that last year. It was amazing. It's amazing to be a grown adult, excited to go out on your mini bike with all your friends. You're like little kids on little mini bikes, and
Seriously, you wake up in the morning,
It's
you
the
have your
best
cup
feeling.
of coffee, and you like ride over, and you're like, "Guys, want to ride bikes?"
it is the most childish, but at the
It's
same
so much
time,
fun,
the
yeah.
the funnest. And
You'd think the Grom on the Dragon is no fun. Mm-mm,
Oh,
it is
it's a
lot of
blast.
fun.
Yeah, but I have to imagine you've probably done a little bit of performance mod to those Groms. There's no way there's
We haven't actually. We haven't.
my Grom has been hopped up a little bit. Hers is still
Oh, mine's stock. Yeah.
My Road Glide is definitely hopped up.
It's definitely a change going from a Softail with a 131 to a little Grom, and you're like full throttle. Like, come on, you can do it.
Oh, yeah.
But there's no way.
You can full throttle those and not hurt yourself.
Yeah.
No matter what.
Yeah.
All right. The most original username. Can Chris talk about how he started his career path as a master tech?
Good question.
Well, good question. It kind of came about organically. It was honestly, when I was younger, I had no clue what I wanted to do, but I found it interesting. Engines were interesting. Things I used to tinker and tear things apart, and I wasn't always the best at putting them back together when I was, little. So as I grew up, that evolved into wanting to know more and just becoming a sponge, really wanting to know what made a motorcycle work, from spark to how the power is distributed down to the ground. So everything in between kind of became what I wanted to know and what I wanted to learn. And I never gave up on that either. So
I mean, if you watch
And
any
he
of
went
your
to
videos.
different-
Okay.
I was just going to say he worked at several different Harleys, and they sent him to several different classes, and so he earned his.
oh yeah, education comes. That's
Yeah.
yeah.
And if you watch his videos, it's kind of almost like we don't want to go to the how-to kind of thing, but you demonstrate it pretty well in these videos. You can see how much knowledge you have with these motors and stuff. It's crazy.
Yeah, thank you.
It's
There's-
almost
We definitely like the how-tos and sharing things with people, because people want to know how to do stuff too. And there's a lot that everybody can do, but there's some stuff that you should not do unless you're, the level he is.
I like to teach, and I want to break it down as much as I can in the essence that anyone can really do it if you really want to. Now, again, that's not to say that you want to, but I want to I want to be able to empower you to feel like you can do it. But at the same time, with the world we live in, you got to be careful with the how to, and then also potentially being, held to some kind of accountability for that. So,
Try at your own risk.
right, this is all, you're watching for entertainment,
We're just idiots on camera.
and I'm just going to play the fool.
And that's the thing that I see with most of the videos that I see online. They'll explain it to you and maybe cut away from certain parts of it. It's like, do this at your own risk. But here's my question. Not question, but here's my statement. Then I'll get to my question. I'm a firm believer in having the shop do it. I'm Mr. 10 Thumbs. I don't know how to work on anything, and anything I try and fix, usually I'm like Mr. Dr. Cosby and break stuff. So then it cost me twice as much to get it fixed. Therefore,
Understood.
Why not take it to the shop to begin with and let the people who know how to do it do it? That's what
Absolutely.
they're for. Now,
There's
my other
absolutely
question,
nothing wrong with that.
Thank you. Because I know Les likes to tinker. Me, I don't want to tinker on anything.
A little bit.
Yeah. Here's my question, sir.
Go ahead.
In your vast experience with being a master tech and all that stuff, how do you feel the aftermarket comes in? Because as we've all seen, 99.9% of the people on here say Screaming Eagle tuners are crap, which they are. Okay? That much about Harleys I do know.
You picked a good topic.
Yeah, Dino Jack or
Thundermax.
Thundermax. There you go. Thundermax.
Impact's
Nice.
new on the scene. Yeah, there's a few. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, Impact. Yes, you're right. I've heard about them.
How can he
and
forget
like I said,
Thundermax?
Yeah, I know. Usually I
sorry.
have their hat on. So, yeah, I know, Connie. It's Alzheimer's. Yeah. Alzheimer's. Plus, I'm drinking 116 tonight. Give me a break. Anyway, I just want to get your opinion on that and a lot of stuff, because we've had various builders on here who have built 131 motors, and it seems like a crate 131 motor is not what everybody builds. You get a 131 and then you take it apart and put different stuff in it to make it work.
Right.
Better.
The 131 is just the base. It's the platform. Right. So, that's a good topic. It's somewhat of a contentious topic, actually. But this is all opinion based. Everybody has their own. We all have an asshole and we all have an opinion. So with that being said, my opinion on the matter, there's things to know. Screaming Eagle has a whole different set of rules that they have to abide by, and different acronyms, if you will, like EPA and the controlling bodies to appease, right? So their standard is here, and the aftermarket world gets to skirt that and do
Push the boundaries
work
a little bit.
around that, and that's the they work around the rules. So yes, of course, you get much better performance out of an aftermarket tuner, absolutely, every day of the week. As far as who's the best, we're just gonna leave that as they all work. And they all work pretty damn good, to be honest.
Which one is the easiest to tune? How about that one?
Well, to be honest,
Chris is known for tuning Dynajet, but
I am with the knowledge, they're all pretty easy, right? So as long as you understand the software, the base programming, and then you know what you need to do, it's really not that hard. It's like anything else. You just go through the process and you do it. Each one has a different process, so to speak, and they tune a little bit differently. They may tune off a VE table versus a fuel table, or they may one may alter a spark table and the other may only alter it on the advanced side. And each one does a little bit different. They all have their own things that make them better than the other, but at the end of the day, they all work. And I can't say that anyone is super like stands out to be that much better than the other one, but I do have my preferences. And I do have my likes.
I will say though that we have some exciting learning opportunities coming up, so stay tuned on
Absolutely.
our channel.
Yeah,
and
so
learn more about that.
so
there's some new. I am known for tuning, so the spoiler alert, there will be some new stuff coming soon. So I'm not going to go too deep into that. And again, I'm not saying this to like curry favor with anybody at all. Every one of the tuners works, all of them, even the the Vance and Hines fuel pack piece of shit. It works. Okay, it works.
Now we're talking.
I left them out on purpose.
Hey, my Sportster had that. Come on.
I'm gonna say it doesn't do it all what the other ones do, but it does do stuff. So it works in that aspect, right? You can tune out your exhaust pop. You can do certain things at home, and if you do simple stage 1 mods, it works. I'm not saying it's the best, just saying that it works. So
yeah, I
we'll
always
move
had
through that
really
because
good
I
luck.
could get long-winded on that stuff, but yeah.
All right, I want to. What you got, Les? Before I move to,
I always had really good luck with the Thunder Max tuners. So
yeah, they're very user friendly. They work especially for the end user at home.
Yeah, Thunder Max is great.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. I got to make a call out right now. We got like 37, almost 40 people watching right now, and I only have 12 likes. Where's the 37 at? Come on, guys.
I don't know.
Let's get them up. Let's get them likes going. All right, so I got a couple questions here. One of them is, let's see here. Sparky says, let's talk about how fast Chris went from one channel to the next, and what's your motivation? What got you started?
As far as the channel,
I kind of put that in there. Yeah, for the channel, because remember your first channel, you said, I don't know if this is going to work, but we're something like that. Your first video on this channel. Yeah. It was like, and then you just grew so fast. How you doing with that?
I don't know how that happened. I have no idea. I have theories, but I will say we did the first video just as a kind of a feeler and really to say, I came from a channel that had a lot of subscribers, and if they didn't know that I left, I just got to put it out there that, hey, I'm out here doing my own thing now. And I think that's really what helped the explosive growth is just there was somewhat of a vacuum, if you will. And I think once people figured it out, it was like the growth was insane for a minute, 2,000 subscribers a day. I mean, it was.
I'll add that
it was crazy.
After the last endeavor ended, we didn't really have much time to figure out a next paycheck, and so it was either figure out go back to dealership life or dive right into it, and we chose to just dive right into it.
Yeah,
channel.
And she's got a great point. I didn't even think of it from that aspect, but yes, it was like, well, what's my next move? So we that feeler video worked out really well. We got a great response.
Yeah, we had a good response, so we were like, F it, let's try it.
Because the growth is
really expected to fail. Like we were not expecting what happened.
No, 100,000. We were thinking a year, maybe
at least.
Yeah,
and I thought that would have been trending well. To do it in a year. I didn't really expect a couple months. That was not at all foreseen. So it's a wonderful thing.
I watch a lot of YouTubers, and I could say I'm one of your fans. I mean, I don't even ride a Harley-Davidson.
Well, thank you.
But I know when
we love all bikes, just for the record.
Yeah, I mean,
when you put that first video, I was like one of your first subscribers, and I was like, let's see how well this goes. And I was like, week after week, I was like, man, should I invite this guy maybe to come on the podcast? And I said, this guy, he'll never come on the podcast. There's no way. And then one night I just said, I'm going to send it. And that's when you had like, I think almost $100,000. I mean, $100,000, but 100,000 subscribers.
I wish.
Yeah.
I know, right?
If only there was $1 that came with each subscriber.
And one of the things is you keep people, the viewers, actually engaged. I don't know what your your YouTube settings are, or how your analytics are, but I watch your videos fully, from the beginning to the end. And I think a lot of people do, actually. I mean, you're entertaining. You know where to speed it up, to get through the motions. But you're on par, I think, with some of the best YouTubers that I watch.
Thank you.
We definitely put out, a different type of channel. So it's not just the how-tos. So we kind of went with a different style and made our own thing, made our own lane. And so it kind of gives multiple viewers something to watch. And I think that's hard for some people, but a lot of people are liking it. A lot of people are liking our ride at the end and showing different bits of Florida, so it's kind of a little hodgepodge.
It's a good mixed bag.
Yeah.
I think thank you for saying it's on par. And so I've been noticing that people are noticing that I truly put a lot of time into editing and learning editing.
Yes,
drives her crazy. I will edit for days on stupidness.
There's
But
no
it's
quick way of
because
doing
I
it.
want to learn how to. I have a vision. I just see a cut scene like, okay, this is the scene I want, but I don't know how to get there. So then I have to like Google research, YouTube it, and then work backwards so that I can learn how to build that scene. And it's been a challenge, and it's exciting right now. It's something new that I'm learning, and this is
Yeah, and we throw in a
it's
little bit of
fun.
our silliness because we are really two goofballs in real life, and I wanted to give our viewers the opportunity to get to know the real Chris.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Is it kind of like a reverse tearing things apart? Like you do a tuner, right? You know how to do that kind of stuff. And when editing, it's kind of the same thing. You know, you're breaking it down, you're changing things, you're trying to make it as smooth as possible. So it's kind of, it comes right to you almost.
Yeah.
But yeah, editing
Cutting
is
down all
probably
that
the
dead
most
space. Yeah.
editing is the most time consuming. A lot of people don't realize you don't make one shot, right? You got to do a couple. And then if you do one
Sometimes,
shot, you got to cut it down a lot because you don't want all that dead space, or you got to speed it up.
Correct.
And so it is a lot to learn, especially just doing it brand new. Because I mean, I think you only got like 7 videos already, and they're pretty darn good. Or what is it up to now?
I think we have 50 or 20 videos.
I don't
Oh, 20?
know. We're close with shorts and stuff.
Yeah,
we're
we're
getting
yeah.
it, but
for almost 5 months now, so.
she did the first 3. First 3.
Very rough edit though,
And-
not much editing at all. Basically, it was just let's put this out here and see what happens. You know,
And then by the 4th
roll the
one,
dice, so to
I
speak.
kind of started. That was the first one that I had a part of, and then by the 5th one, it was pretty much like you do it. I have to work, and so
I work full time, so
I mean,
yeah.
I'm sitting around. I'm gonna learn. Let's do it. So now like I said, I'm excited about it. Adobe Premiere is pretty cool, and all the different, just the way you can cut things and transition things and take audio from here and drag things in, and just tons of fun. It's really fun.
I'm proud of him.
Silly
He's getting
fun.
better with each video.
Yeah, each one I try to make an improvement. I realize the overall video might not be a complete improvement each time as I view them, but there's parts of it that are getting smoother, cleaner. I'm putting in audio transitions. I'm doing this. I'm doing all kinds of stuff.
Special effects.
There's like
that.
tons of levels to it that I was just totally ignorant to. Had no clue. So as I learn, I'm like, well, shit, let's do that, and let's do this, and okay, let's do that. So.
Gotcha. Let's go to some of these questions real quick. Not really questions. But we'll go with some comments. I don't know if you can see
Well,
them.
one of them wanted to know what they started writing and what they rode when they first started writing.
What was your first motorcycle ever?
Yeah.
Both of you.
Well, we'll both answer that. What was your first one?
Honda Shadow 600 PLX.
So mine, I get made fun of a lot actually, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I started with Tri-Glide Ultra. I started with a trike.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
She's
nice.
she's an odd story.
Yeah.
Wow.
And Howie many years ago. So now let's go to that 600 I started on in 19.
Yeah, you're way more
Yeah,
experienced.
so
than me.
anyways, yeah, 19. We just say 19 and we know it's old.
Yeah.
So
I wanted a bagger right from the start, but it would have been stupid of me to pass the class and get a bagger. Like I would have killed myself. So I wanted that fairing.
She
I
got
wanted
the
the
bagger she
GPS.
can't
I wanted
drop.
the music. So I got a trike, and I loved that trike. It was a very nice bike. But I quickly realized I wanted 2 wheels, so I got a Sportster too. And then I quickly realized that wasn't enough power, so I upgraded to the Softail that I have now. And then I got rid of the trike because I just didn't ride it anymore. But she was a beautiful bike.
she just
Wow.
moved through motorcycles. I know. It's like, wow.
Wow.
Now, did she
And
start?
that was all like in a 2-year span. So she didn't even give you the time frame.
Well, I don't see the problem. So
I mean, a lot of people made fun of me, like, trike. I'm like,
Long
yeah,
as-
I'm in.
As long as you
I
can
prefer
afford
the
it, do what you
shifting
do.
Yeah.
Hey,
Exactly.
yeah,
they are not cheap.
There
They're
you
not
go.
cheap bikes.
yeah, I don't know anyone else who started out on a trike like
Nope, the
that.
complete
I really
opposite.
don't.
Yeah.
know,
It
I
usually
really
is
don't.
the opposite.
Unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How long
Yeah,
ago
and I
did you
think
say that
when-
was?
I've only been riding for I think 5 years, maybe 6.
Okay.
And so I think when people get older and they have to switch to a trike for whatever reason, it's difficult because there's no counter steering, there's no leaning. So, but I think when I have to go back, when I'm hopefully not till I'm like 85, it'll be easy for me because I'll remember it.
Good answer, Missy. Good answer.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
I took
There's
that
one.
thing on the dragon. That was fun. There's no reading.
Oh,
You're like,
nice.
I
Yeah,
think I'm
steer it
out
like
for
a
this
tractor.
after. Yeah, exactly.
All
Wow.
right.
That was fun.
Oh my.
Let's see. Poker 2006 is at Sick Wide Glide. Awesome channel. Thumbs up.
Thank you.
Sparky, you don't have to answer this, but it says ask him
Yeah.
his nickname.
Yeah, that's someone I wanted to know.
I don't know what that one is. So.
Grouchy
Oh,
Nug?
Grouchy Nug?
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll let you tell him because she gave it to me.
Well, he's been known for being the bad guy, the evil face, and so I always said, "You're such an Oscar the Grouch." And then I bought him this shirt, and the shirt is Oscar the Grouch, but his hair is
It's just a bud. It's a
certain-
weed bud.
It's an herbal plant,
He's a marijuana bud.
and the shirt was titled Grouchy Nug, so it just
And so, yeah, I loved the shirt. I was like, oh my
Mhm.
God, it's amazing. And it really does look like Oscar the Grouch,
Yeah.
but you also
if you
know
look
what it
closely, his
is,
hair
too.
is not his normal.
And
hair.
so, yeah,
That's
it
what-
was funny. And I was wearing it around when we first got it, and I must have got 4 or 5 compliments in one day, and I was
Yeah.
like, I love this shirt. I'm never gonna not wear
As you
this
can
shirt.
see, we're like obnoxious and match all the time, and people are like, "Oh my God, they're matching." I'm like, "That's why we do it."
Yeah,
because
we
people
do
are like
this.
so annoyed. With
So
it.
we realize that we annoy some people
Yeah.
when we do this.
We
so
wear
that's
this
okay.
shirt all the time. It says tattoos are stupid, and we're both heavily tattooed, and people just laugh.
But
They
they
look
don't
at it,
know
they
how
read
to
it, and they're
take
like,
When they
"Oh, I
see
get
us
it, the
coming
irony,"
in
you know?
public, they're just looking and they're like double taking and
Yeah.
they're looking at the ground, and you can see the process. They're like, "Do I say something to
Yeah.
them?" It's obvious that you're tattooed.
Yeah, the irony.
Yeah, I saw that shirt on one of your videos. So
Yes,
Yeah, yeah.
I do have a question for both of you. And it's not in here listed, but I'm sure it's going to be. What is the idea behind the colors of your bikes? You know,
Oh, colors?
So,
Yes. Mhm.
well, I
I think
mean,
it started with mine. I wanted teal into gray, but I love a fade, but
Mhm.
it looked real muddy,
and
and
I
so it
wanted
didn't.
purple.
Yeah, and purple's my favorite color, so I was like, let's just do purple and teal. It's kind of a mermaid color, and our goal is to eventually paint his bike, but
So,
the
yeah,
opposite.
spoiler alert, mine will get painted 180. So hers transitions teal to purple, mine will transition purple to teal.
Yeah.
And all her powder coat parts
So
that
our
are teal,
obnoxious
mine are
matching will
purple,
continue.
and vice versa. So everything will
it.
be exactly 180.
Yeah.
They'll look like, they obviously belong together, but they'll be their own.
And before my bike, I
The yin
hadn't
and
really
yang.
seen a lot of,
Yeah,
baggers and things like that with that kind of color. I've seen it a lot on sport bikes, but now we see a lot of it, purple and teal
We do.
together.
The purple and teal is definitely making a splash
definitely makes a
across the
statement.
interwebs.
Yeah, but they're
At
both
least in
beautiful bikes.
my screens.
Thank you.
Thank you.
You're welcome. All right. So let's see. Sparky says definitely not grouchy. Let's see here.
No.
That one guy.
We all have
says-
our moments, but
Hey, Chris and Missy, love the channel and made it over
Thank you.
here for the live. He said something else. I think what it is. Oh, somebody said, hey, what is, which the greatest, my glasses are so bad here. Let me see if I can get here. Okay. Greatest success they already have. What is your next goal on the channel, for the channel?
That
give away
everything
secrets now.
wants to know.
followers.
We don't. Well,
I would say a goal of like subscriber count would be 250,000 subscribers is a goal, and
yeah.
working with more companies, and we're starting to do
Yeah,
that now.
yeah. I'm with her on that. I wish I could say, oh, we have a grand plan and this is it. But the truth is, this has happened so quickly that it's in essence is like this is like a tsunami, right? So the wave is still pushing us. So currently we're just riding it, and because it's moving, like why interrupt it at the moment?
Yeah.
So as it develops, obviously it'll kind of guide us in the ultimate direction. But 100% we want to work with anybody and everybody we can, share ourselves, our knowledge, our personalities with everybody else. Just grow this thing, this network.
And as you mentioned earlier, like we figured this would take us at least a year, if not a couple of years, to get to where we're at. So we're kind of like, shit, what do we do now?
Yeah,
Like-
it's so. It's,
I mean, we have plenty of content set up, so we have a lot of fun stuff coming.
yeah,
But we
for sure.
definitely are going to be as organic as we can and let the channel kind of guide us and listen to our viewers and let them tell us what they really want and give them whatever we can give them.
Yeah, the last thing I want to do is sell anything. I don't want to become a channel that's constantly, like, I don't know, shoving product down your face, or
But we will
this,
share
or
products if we really believe in them.
don't.
Like our next one is a really good one,
Yeah,
and holy crap, it's a good one. Like I
and
really
and
love it, so I'll promote it.
we're for sure gonna pick up, and we have picked up some channel sponsors. So of course that by itself is gonna have a little bit of, hey, check them out. But I don't want to be a sales channel. I really want to be, ultimately, we want to grow into everything motorcycle and beyond.
Yeah,
So
I think guiding people in our opinions on products versus shoving products down someone's face are two different things.
yeah, and you don't have to like my opinion. Nobody does.
Yeah.
And that's okay. I truly don't. I mean, it sounds crass to say I don't care, but I do care. But I'm not like losing sleep over it. So I want to give you an opinion, an educated opinion, and at the same time educate you enough to make your own decision. So that's the goal of the channel.
Well, let me ask you this question real quick. Most of the channels that I watch, there are, as you well know, there's thousands of people out there doing Harley content. There's hundreds of people out there doing Indian content. There are few people out there doing both. Is there a chance you might do a little bit of the dabble on the dark side with Indian there a little bit?
I have
never say never.
Yeah, I mean, I have no reason not to. I am not educated in Indian currently. I don't know enough about them, so I'm always open to learning. So,
but like I said earlier, we have no hate for any bike.
No,
my best friend rides a cheap dark horse, so we have one bike we can use if we want to.
We do.
Tinker.
I'm known for Harley because that's what my career was for 28 years. So by default, it's Harley. I just know it. It's ingrained in me. I've known it since '97.
And there's a reason. I mean, it's the most iconic brand, and none of us can argue that. And they have the best aftermarket options. So,
but I am not a brand whore, if you will. Motorcycles are motorcycles, and other manufacturers make some badass shit. So, sorry,
certainly no hate to any other brand. We're about to go ride hot and groms through the mountains.
Yeah, like yeah, exactly. We're gonna go ride mini bikes and do wheelies on the Dragon. Like, this is gonna be fun. So,
well, because of your past, I wore my Harley-Davidson hat tonight. So,
hey, right on.
Thank you.
I don't think I'm wearing anything Harley today.
No.
Oh, well, okay. This kind of counts, right?
That's all right.
All right.
Hey, that'll work. I think Chris actually just bought a set of those glasses this last weekend, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Glasses?
Yep, I did.
Nice.
Up at the museum in Milwaukee.
I'm good for Harley Davidson and Indian. I'd rather have both and just ride both and be able to wake up in the morning and say which one I want to ride. I mean, that'd be a great life.
Absolutely.
A great life.
I would 100% take an Indian, and I would 100% ride a BMW as well.
Oh yeah, BMW's nice too. Yeah, we actually looked at some of them when we went through Indianapolis. Me and Les a couple months ago when we went to dealership. We went and checked out all the dealerships and see how friendly they were and how overbearing they were. And we had some good ones actually. So
yes, Sparky out here. I mean, he owns Indian and Harley. He owns one of each.
Yeah, that's the way to go.
There you go.
Yeah,
that's the way to go.
We're trying.
They're great bikes.
We're trying to reach that level of influencer that we can get demo bikes and test bikes. It's amazing that some of these people, they get BMWs, they get Harleys, they get invited press junkets, they get Indian. Yes, I've watched many of those people. Those are the people we aspire to be.
Yep. My good friend Jess, her two wheels. She's got BMW. She's got Pan America. She's got the Road Glide. She's got who else? What else she got? Jess.
Oh hell, I don't know.
Her two wheels, yeah.
Hell,
she still has Appa. She hasn't sold the Road Glide yet. So
she does not have Appa anymore. She has a 25.
Oh, she did sell it?
Glide now.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I think the dealership sold it for her. She gave it to the dealership and sell it, and they did.
But she also has a Pan America, which I'm super jealous about.
Yeah.
Freddie asked
in a good way though. She's badass, so she deserves
Freddie, I'm gonna give it. I saw it.
What was Freddie's?
It was simple. Freddie, it was the 136.
What about it?
Or
The
I'm sorry,
mod?
the 132 kit, not the 136. But yeah, the 132 kit on my Rogue Glide was the single most satisfying mod.
Gotcha. I was getting ready to ask that, but thank you. I put that.
I
I'm
just
trying
happened
to
to catch it. So
For me, it's going to be this next video that comes out on my Street Glide that has an upgrade. And
yeah, well, we can't
it's
talk
mint.
about that one, but you'll see.
Yeah.
Look, you're just really trying to push, like, watch our video.
No, I really, I want to go out there and ride right now. I'm not going to because I'm having some bourbon, but like it's one of those things where you do this upgrade and you just want to get back out there and play with it, you know?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
New toys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My wife
when you
actually
make your
looked at
toys-
the Pan American this weekend.
Pan
She
America?
loved it. Yeah, Pan America.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have another friend that just got one too, and he's loving it. He's riding it like every day.
She
And I'm
wants
like,
one.
I do want one. Yeah. I'm a little worried about, I don't like being tippy-toed. I'm fairly tall for a woman. I'm 5'7", but I don't like being tippy-toed. So I got to have that one that the suspension like lowers.
Yes, you did.
I was tippy-toed. It
Yeah.
was all the way down to, they told me that was the lowest setting.
Yeah.
How tall are you?
5'7".
5'7".
Yeah.
5'7", yeah. I think the average U.S. woman is like 5'4" or 5'5", maybe. So I'm fairly tall,
Now,
but I don't like being
now
tippy-toed.
let's do what you did. Is this man inches?
Oh my God!
5'7".
Don't open
Bring
that
it
can
on.
of worms.
Oh boy.
No.
Moving right
but
along.
Missy, maybe you need to talk to Connie offline here because I keep trying to talk her into either a Sport Chief LT or a Lowrider ST, one of the two.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that'd be right up her alley.
I can tell you that I love my Lowrider S. I love having both the Softail and the Street Glide because the Street Glide is my bagger. I could take her on long trips. She's so comfortable. She's just badass. But my Lowrider has the 131, and she's just so much lighter and nimble, and she's fast as heck. And I love it. I love having both. I really do.
That's cool.
Yeah, I sit on both of them this past weekend.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like the ST, the Lowrider ST. So I definitely. I mean, you gotta ride your own ride. I mean, nobody should tell you what to ride.
Right. And now that the bags are the same size.
So the most original username.
Yeah, the
asks-
bags weren't the same size last year. They were weird.
Yeah.
It says, putting traditions aside, what are your thoughts on the new line of Harley-Davidson engines? Revax is one of them. that he's talking
Revax.
about.
Oh, the Revmax. I was gonna say the new M8, the VVT gen. That's a normal evolution. If you look at since twin cam, we went from the 88 to the 96, then the 103. You know, they all evolve a little bit. This is a good evolution. As far as the Revmax, I don't know what to think of that animal yet. I really don't. I think it's got a lot of potential. Cruzy's tearing it up with stunt stuff, and there's a
Heck
couple
yeah, he
other
is.
guys developing some cams for him. So there's some other potential out there. There's not a ton of aftermarket support yet for the engine, so I don't know in those regards. It does make some snappy power with a good tune though. So I'm excited. I'm excited to see where it goes. We need something new and fresh in the world of Harley Davidson.
There's always evolution. I mean, you've been in the game so long. You've seen how many different
I
engines?
started the fuel injection was the second year out. It was still kind of like not real yet. And then that was 97. So yeah, so that was Evo days, and then twin cam came, and that was cool and exciting, and everybody hated it. Everybody hated it.
No,
I
everybody
was
loves
new.
it.
All the old cats in the shop hated them. Hated them, didn't want fuel injection. It was carburetors forever. This is how I grew up. You know, this is how I cut my teeth. And then it evolved, and I evolved because you have to. Fuel injection became everywhere. That's all there was. You know, they took it from us in 06. They took the carburetors away. So it was like evolve quick. And then from that point, I started to learn that. And then I learned the possibilities in tuning and, the power you can gain from all of this. And then, it's just a natural progression into like, let's build the most power we can. Let's blow shit up. And
it's impressive what they come out with. I mean, you can buy a bike stock with a 131 now.
Now you can just about, yeah. Yeah.
It's incredible.
Yeah, back when I started this in 80-inch, that was it. And you put a cam in that and you were like, woo, you were hot shit. If you got like a little bump wheelie off a stoplight, you were insane. Your bike had so much power. Holy shit, look at that, man. Now, today, you'd be a joke. You can't, that's like riding a Grum. You get on that same
that's
age
about the
like that.
size of it. Yeah, these
Yeah,
things have
it
gotten
is.
so much power, but let's take it from what people have developed to these days. What's your opinion about the RR?
Oh,
Which one?
The $110,000 one.
Well,
I think nobody needs a bike with that much power, but if you got the money and you want a collector's item, go for it, man.
that one may be
Whoa,
more
whoa.
of.
What do you mean? What do you mean no one needs a bike with that much power? Wait a
You
minute.
can buy it as a race bike like that. I mean, there's still limitations to it, but it's a beautiful bike. I take it.
I think it's akin to the Destroyer when Harley started selling the Destroyer. Do you guys remember that at all? Are you aware of the Destroyer? Chris is looking confused.
No,
There's a V-Rod.
I'm looking at chat.
Oh, V-Rod.
I'm trying to make sure I don't miss anything.
So the V-Rod Destroyer, was their out of the box, drag strip bike. Now this RR obviously is a completely different animal, but it's akin to that as far as like race ready. Here we go.
I think it's beautiful.
I do, yeah. Of course, it's gorgeous, but I think that's kind of also a. I don't know how to say this in this format. I would normally say it's a measuring contest, but it's like
Sure. If I had Jay Leno money,
If I
like I
had-
would
yeah,
buy
it's a
one
money
and have
thing.
like a
Yeah.
a bike.
I don't want to say it's a dick measuring contest, but it's more of like a flat. Like I have the cash, like I can afford it, so I got it.
Yeah.
It's a flashy thing. It's a statement piece. I
Yeah.
guess.
Certainly not for everybody.
But it's a
Yeah,
beautiful bike.
Absolutely
Please don't
is.
get me mistaken there.
Yeah. So,
And yes,
It
Les,
was very mixed reviews, very like
Well,
either love it or you hate it.
I'm
so.
with Les. I mean, you definitely need the power. I'm with you.
Oh yeah.
We
Yeah.
need more.
Yeah. One.
We need more
one
than
fif-
we can handle.
Yeah, a 150 square is just about getting there, just about there. If you can get more out of it, great. But no. I've said it before. If Harley would come out with something with a 150 square that a common guy like I could afford, that would be the bike that would get me off of Indian. It really would. It really would. Because
Well,
that's what I want. I want a bagger that runs like a sport bike, like a leader sport bike. That's what I want. That's the kind of power I want.
Well, you can build it.
So-
You can for sure build. I could build it for
And
you.
and that's the whole point. You'll never be able to afford it. I'll never be able to afford it.
Yeah. Well, Chris,
Yeah.
Chris, we might have to talk because I've been looking for another bike. If I come up with something that is a good platform we can build on, I might have to have you do something. So.
Yeah, I mean, there's some exciting new opportunities too, as far as if you get a first Gen M8 and we put Gen 2 heads on it and start monkeying around with different things. There's a lot of power to build out of them, out of both Gen 1 and 2. I mean, it's insane. So
I'm making notes.
Yeah.
Here.
You get a lot of haters, like a lot of sport bike people that are like, why don't you just get the Hayabusa or whatever? It's like, we have no hate for that. That's awesome. But people love the style of a bagger. So just ride your own ride,
Yep.
Well, the thing on the Hayabusa, I guess, for
that was
sport
just
bike riders is, well,
just the name
the
came
sheer
into my head.
torque. You'll never get that
Right.
on a sport
Then
bike.
talk
You
about a
just,
VMAX
unfortunately.
then. Same thing. VMAX.
They're horsepower animals. They
Yes.
scream, and they do have a fair amount of torque for a metric bike, but as far as a Harley standard, they're still lacking in that torque department.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned earlier, Harley will always be that most iconic one. So people want that, even though you can get more horsepower out of this bike or, more torque out of that bike. It's still the Harley label.
Yep. All right. Let's see what we got here. I'm trying
You
to
see
keep
this
I'm
comment
trying to-
that's up on the screen,
Yeah.
Les? Did you?
I see that.
Okay.
And you go visit All American Cycles.
Yes.
I see that.
and build you a beast.
He's the guy down in Florida. He builds official Max bikes.
Well, I think
So-
what Les wants to do is he
Nice.
wants to do it himself. He wants to build all that by himself. He wants to go in the garage and stay there for days, never coming out.
He's like, I'm not sure.
And some things you should not do on your own.
I've been there. I've done that. I don't want to build anymore. I'd rather pay somebody like Chris and say, hey, man, make this 150 square for me and I'll pick it up when you're done. You know?
There you go.
We get a lot of viewers that are like, I don't know how to do this. I don't want to know how to do it, but I still like watching you, but I'd rather just bring it to you, you know?
Yeah. We try to make it entertaining enough that even if you don't work on anything, you might at least be entertained enough to.
Yeah.
And you have to be balanced too, because I mean, you're trying to build this channel, and you got to be careful. You know, you get too many jobs, and next thing you know, there's no more YouTube going on, and you get burned out really quick.
Yeah, we get compared to John Maxwell all the time because he had a great channel, and then he got so big that he stopped the channel. But it's been a very good compliment.
Yeah.
What about the body styles? What do you think about the new body styles? The last two, the Road Glide and the Street Glide. How you feel about them?
I didn't like it at first. Now it grew on me.
I'm still on. Yeah, I'm still out on that. The jury's out. I don't know. I think it's cool. I
like
the
new purple color.
It's still new enough that it didn't hit me.
Mystic purple.
Yeah, the color scheme's awesome.
I thought it was poison purple. I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's Mystic.
That body style didn't hit me like, yes, I love it. So it'll grow on me. It's like anything Harley changes. I don't always like it in the beginning. As a matter of fact, you know, funny, it was 05, 06. I'm going back in time. Maybe someone listening will remember. Harley did a Heritage, not the Heritage Softail Classic, but just a Heritage Standard. And I want to say it was 05, 06. Had a beautiful paint job, and I really hated that bike when I saw it because it was like it's just stripped down Heritage Softail. It's like it's missing the saddlebags. It's got a polished engine, but the paint was really cool. And it grew on me. It was something that I really enjoyed, and now I'm kind of like, damn, I wish I had gotten one, and I wish it was still around. So, like anything, you don't always like it in the beginning, but you know,
yeah, things grow.
We'll see how it goes.
We just had a question. Can you read that again? It was a good question, I think.
Yes, that was good.
Freddie Rods. Yeah, that was a good question, Freddie.
There we go.
What's the one thing you wish new builders riders knew before starting their first project?
Oh, what's one thing? Well, there's a list of them.
You may break your bike.
I was actually going to say.
Yeah. How much time do we have left?
Be prepared to make mistakes. I mean, it truly is a F around and find out sometimes, you know.
Oh yeah. Enjoy the suck. Like embrace the suck.
Yeah.
Because
you
in a
will make
way,
mistakes, and that's okay.
Well, even if you're doing it for the first time, unless you're like some kind of analytical brain that sits down and plans out every move you're ever gonna make and you've got all your shit figured out, you're gonna run into something that's like, oh, what do I do here? And you have to problem solve. Right. And sometimes you're back and forth looking for, I don't know, a part or a screw or something to make something fit, or I need to figure out how to jury rig this bracket because this didn't quite fit right. And there's always something somewhere if you're trying to build something like a motorcycle, especially from the ground up. So embrace the fact that you're going to have to be creative, and a lot of this might have to be fabbed right out of your head.
Yeah,
Cutting pieces of paper to get something made.
You know, one of the things when it comes to building a motor, I think what a lot of people don't take into consideration is how do they want to ride the bike. You know, so
motor, yeah,
and that depends on how you build a motor, what cam selection you put in it, how you want to tune it, and you know, do I want to tour with it? Do I want my torque at the high end? Do I want my torque to come in low? Those kinds of considerations I don't think people make, and they just say, "Oh, I'm going to get this big ass cam and I'll make it low, I'll make it, you know, all this stuff." You know, it's not real streetable when they get done and they don't like the thing. So, I guess one of the biggest things
that happens all the time.
Yep.
Yeah.
They want more power. They want the loudest exhaust, you know, and then they'll come back and they're like, "There's way too much torque. I almost lifted it like 5 times. Like you got to tune it down." You know?
Yeah, that is a
very good point. Yeah,
great point.
Know your limitations, and you don't always have to have the fastest bike or the more horsepower.
Yeah, I was coming from the like building a bike aspect, but yes, from an engine aspect, 100%. Know your end result, what you want before you build it.
And there's nothing wrong with just wanting a cruiser, you know.
Yeah, and don't be afraid to ask questions. I mean, geez, the list can go on. Be humble, be teachable. A lot of things.
Don't
A lot
expect
of
to watch a
Oh, yeah.
YouTube video and then build yourself a whole,
Yeah.
you know,
And don't damn sure don't think you're an expert,
expert.
especially if you watch one of my videos. Make sure you go do more research.
Let's see. Don says on here, were there changes from the old style to the new style only cosmetic, or did they do any frame changes? I think it's a completely new design.
Body
right?
wise,
It is.
Yeah. The Harleys, the road glides and the street glides, they're completely, the frame's different, everything from the, the 22s.
that I don't know. That I don't know. That's a good
The
question.
frame is different. Frame
I
is
think it
on
is,
the- The Gen 2, I want to say that they changed the frame, but I'm not 100%. I don't know.
I'm almost positive on the 24,
let me-
starting with the 24s and 25s. The frames are different.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of the
are.
body parts from prior 24 won't fit on a 24 or 25.
Of course it doesn't.
No, Harley's not going to cut their own throats that way. Jeez.
No. Smart. He's looking it up right now.
I'm just going to look it up.
All right. So what is your future? I know what you got some things you're going to be doing on the channel, so you don't want to talk about that. But what is some kind of events you're going to be doing in the future? You said you were going to go to Tennessee. You're going to do that. You got anything else you got planned? Are you going to the homecoming? Have you been invited or anything like that? Or
Not by anybody big, but to be determined, for sure. We are interested in Sturgis, but we're kind of down to the wire here.
Sturgis, yeah, there's a potential that I may go. We may be there.
Possibly
Ooh.
working. It just
Yeah,
depends.
there's a few things up in the air at the moment, unfortunately.
Yeah.
We don't have anything in concrete,
Yeah,
which is why we have.
and again, it rolls back to the fact that this grew so quickly that we were like, okay, we were not prepared
Right.
for all this. But next year, I mean, we want to do as many events as possible,
It
as many
feels-
as possible.
It feels like every day there's almost a new opportunity, and it's like we just got to pick it. And do we have time and money and trap right now? Ayla's, my daughter's out of school, so it's a little bit easier. But during the school year, that presents a whole new challenge. So, we are penciled Sturgis on the calendar for sure.
Nothing is set in stone though, but definitely as many as we possibly can.
Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna do a call out here right now. Hey, give us a like, share, and subscribe to the channel. The more subscribers we get, the more guests like this we'll get on the podcast. I mean, hey, I really do appreciate you accepting the invite. You didn't have to. I mean, you didn't know who we were or anything like that. We are a small channel compared to a lot of these people out here. But I do appreciate you coming on and accepting the invite, and I do think that this shows what kind of character you have. So.
Yeah, we're happy to help. I mean, it's a small community. We should all help each other.
Yep.
Yeah, right, it's you guys seem to be
genuine.
And you're a smaller channel, and you're looking to grow, and I just happen to grow and be growing. So
we know how that feels.
Let's do this together.
Yeah.
Some of them are asking.
Much appreciated, guys.
Or Smoky Mountain.
Same, right back at you.
So will Sturgis be a yearly event for you guys then?
I guess we'll tell you after we go to the first one. I am more of a rally person. He is not. So
right, I'm the introverted one. She's the extroverted.
I couldn't tell.
I would venture to say that yes, I would eventually like to be out in the world, out in the public space. I enjoy that. As introverted as I can be, I do enjoy genuine people saying genuine things. So that is very rewarding for me. So yeah, we'll definitely do more. I would probably say if we do it this year, we'll probably do it again next year.
Daytona's always a yearly one because we're right here.
Yeah.
Leesburg is always a yearly one because it's right here.
Yeah.
Well, Chris and I have
Leesburg's
been
a lot of
about
fun. If y'all haven't been to Leesburg, I recommend it. It's so much fun.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yeah, Leesburg Bike Fest. Leesburg Bike Fest. Yeah.
Yep.
I got that one down.
Because I, from the people I've heard from, said that one is better than both Daytonas put together. So
I agree. Yeah.
It depends on what you're looking for, I suppose. But yes.
right.
All right. Should we go down that road? No, just kidding. What were you going to say, Les?
I've been to Biketoberfest and I wasn't impressed. Not at all.
No, yeah.
Because let's face it,
impressive.
Florida's nice for warm weather and stuff, but your roads out there suck. There's no curves, there's no mountains, there's no nothing.
Hey,
and you run and you can run over and run over an alligator.
Yeah, exactly. I will 100% choose the mountains over any other Florida road, but there is beauty here. You just have to look for it. There's beautiful lakes, and we have swamp, and we have the ocean that you can ride along A1A.
You heard that, Max? You just gotta look for it.
There is beauty here. And no,
I rode that one loop around Daytona, and that was it. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah.
And I was riding with. I was
if you do that 4 or 5 times in a row, you'll feel like it's all beautiful.
There are some good lake rides, Everglades, through the Ocala National Forest.
But there's alligators down there.
There is, and giant mosquitoes.
Yeah, watch out for the bird-sized mosquitoes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
It's not the worst place to live. Let me put it that way.
I'm pretty much an introvert myself, and I know what it's like. Doing this podcast is just, it's just like drives me crazy, because I like to be behind the camera, not in front of the camera. But I do this just because that it makes me better at it. And the same thing, you're probably doing the same thing. When you start meeting people out when you're out on the road, you can't be an introvert anymore. Introvert. You gotta talk to people. You gotta, hey, can you sell my shirt? We ain't to that stage, but you're pretty close.
No, we're not.
Oh, you're doing a great job.
I know Les was talking about we plan on going to Sturgis. I have never been to Sturgis. Les has been there. He's probably a pretty good guide. He's been there how many times? 3 times? 4 times?
No, just a couple times. 17 and
I know Max has been there
twice.
Yeah, and so we plan going there next year. So you're invited.
All right. All right.
Yeah. No,
we
that's what I
have
was
some
going to say.
friends
Maybe we get together.
Yeah, we have some friends that we made that go every year, and so we kind of have someone to cling to. Tom.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Tom. He's friends with a Professional Monkey. We met them recently. So
yeah, we're hoping to, as all this evolves, we'll have a few thousand friends to go see in Sturgis.
Yeah, hopefully.
Oh yeah, that'd be great.
Yeah.
It's always the funniest
Professional
places.
Monkey.
Yeah.
I follow Professional Monkey too, and he's a blast. And he's a diehard Sturgis guy. Diehard. He does go every year.
And he really is just a laid back, kind of cool dude in real person, in real life too. So yeah, we really love him.
Yeah, I'm actually going to see him.
I was just going to say, yeah,
you should.
It's funny. I was just going to say it's funny how the most random places people will recognize him. Like not really when we're walking around Daytona, but we'll be like Sam's Club. Be like,
yeah, it's the most inopportune times.
Hold my
You're trying to get out of the grocery store with all the shit, and they're like, "Hey, you're like, no."
That has not happened to me yet. Although I'm waiting for that first time. I'll be at the local speedway.
Awkward.
Yeah, I'll be at the local speedway, and they're gonna be like, "You're that podcast dude." I'm like, That hasn't happened yet, but so hey, Freddie Rods actually says, "What's the best song to jam out to on a ride?"
Yeah, I got to go through a lot of comments.
That's a good question.
Yeah, you got a lot of them.
Yeah,
that depends on the mood.
I'm gonna skip that one at the moment, Freddie. Sorry.
I'm a classic rock.
I'm just gonna sing. Sorry, Freddie.
It's a long list
you that
for me.
answer.
I'm a classic rock, but sometimes I feel a little rap. Don't tell people.
Yeah, some
laughs.
days I'm like, girl, turn that down.
Sometimes I'll put on oldies. Like I love 50s music, but most of the time it's classic rock for me.
Well, I'm a punk rock.
I've got a good mix. I got a good mix on a stick, but the old guys like me, the best sounds are the ones that have no radio. You just listen to the road and the pipes.
There you go.
That's very true. Sometimes I listen to nothing.
No, just the wind noise.
The thoughts in my head fading away. Yep.
Yeah.
All right, let's get some of these questions here. Sparky goes, hey, I want to thank the Throttle and Iron channel for having Chris and Missy on your channel. Hey, you're welcome. Thank you. That one guy, anytime soon, you guys may set up a group meet or ride. I'm in Central Florida and recognize a lot of places you guys have already visited. So yeah.
Oh,
Awesome.
no.
Awesome. Yeah, we would love to do that someday. Absolutely.
Someday,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then
That
Sparky,
will be
okay.
a moment in time, probably in the fall.
Yeah, you gotta get some
But,
security and
yeah.
that kind of stuff. I'm just kidding.
Right.
Sparky, I'm in the South and I am willing to ride to Central Florida. So Daytona for the Speedway
Awesome.
races is the best. And let's see here. Freddie is one of the highlights of the night with the comments. Anybody can ask a question, by the way. I'll actually screen it, but what is the best song? That's what he said earlier. Let's see. And then Dallas goes and says, I've heard of the Professional Monkey character Laugh Out Loud. Okay. Yeah. I've been
Yeah, he's
watching
great.
some of his
He's
stuff.
great.
It's been pretty cool. Yeah.
Yep, we love them.
All right. I think I caught up with everything, right? I think we have.
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah.
Well,
behind missing thing. It's a job. I'll tell you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
behind the bars. Behind the bars was asking about Tennessee Smoky Mountain Bike Week. Anybody going to that?
Mm-hmm.
No, but that's another one that we definitely want to attend one of these years. Sure.
Which one is that? The SMMR?
No, it's literally Smoky Mountain Bike Week.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
I can't keep all these.
The whole
straight.
Smoky Mountain area is my favorite place. My goal is to have a second home there someday.
Oh, we
Yeah.
love Smoky
Don't tell
Mountains.
anyone.
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on now. To be perfectly realistic, we'd all have to split ourselves into 10 to hit everything.
Mm-hmm.
You pick and choose the ones that are close to your heart. Those are the ones you do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and the ones I have vacation that I can cover for. So
And everybody says Laconia is a good one, but then everybody says,
Yeah.
"Oh, it's always raining." Yeah. You got people that love it and people that hate it. So
If you watch the videos that are coming out of Americade and Laconia now, they always get caught in the rain, but that
Yeah.
doesn't stop it from being a great rally.
yeah.
Right. Yes. Hit the,
I'm not gonna lie. I don't enjoy riding in downpour. Like I can handle some rain, but if it's downpour, I become a little wimp. I don't like it. It's just it takes the fun away from me.
I'm totally in agreement with you. Here's to you.
Yeah. Yeah, Chris
People
and
are
I
always
had
like,
the
"Get some rain gear, be a real biker." I'm like, "No, it's full. It's fine."
yeah, Chris and I had the opportunity to hone our rain riding skills this last weekend.
oh wow, that was fun
Did you
too.
get caught?
Oh
Well, we
yeah,
didn't get
Caught
caught.
downpour?
We actually went into it. We had a deadline. We had to go. So we just took off running and it was pouring rain.
Oh, yeah.
literally pouring rain.
Well, at least the
Yeah.
road wasn't closed.
I actually,
Nope.
it was raining so hard. I actually had rain coming into my helmet from the air vent, even though it was actually shut off, and it was raining inside my helmet.
That's
So,
Yeah,
Chris,
that's
let's leave on this note. What do you think of the King of the Baggers series? Are you a fan of it, or are you not?
So I don't watch it, but I do love what it's doing for Harley-Davidson and for its sport. Like I love the energy behind it. I like the fact that it's bringing attention to the engine, its driving performance, work, its driving performance, sales. You know, I love all of that. I don't watch it, so I can't speak
I
to
keep up
that
with it. I
part
love
of
it.
But
Well,
Yeah, I
that's
love
good for
everything that
every
it's
other year
doing.
when Harley wins. What about the years that Indy wins?
I love Indian too.
I like I
'Cause-
said, I wasn't 100% loyal, but when it comes to that, I'm sticking on Harley's side. The hell with Indy.
Okay, I can dig it because I'm going to stick on Indian's side, and I'll give you my take on it. The competition between the two has made better bikes for everybody.
Yeah.
Harley's
Absolutely.
been
That's
forced
what
to
I
up
mean.
their
That's
game.
what I mean.
Indian has
It's
been
doing
forced to
a
up their
great
game.
thing.
Well said,
So-
sir. Well said.
And that's yep. Thank you. You put it better than I did. But yes, everything that it's doing for the motorcycle industry in and of itself is awesome.
I think
Love it.
anything we can do these days to increase the number of riders and the people interested in riding is a good thing.
And that's
Yes.
one of the major goals with this podcast is
Look,
just
they
get
got
people
hats
in.
on all of a sudden.
Yeah,
What is
yeah.
this
See,
hat?
Yeah, they've got race hats on. I've got one upstairs, but theirs are
Oh,
soft.
there you go.
Yeah, I got all the Indian riders signed this one. I'm gonna actually put it
yeah,
away.
me
and-
too.
Nice.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
That's where they
Very
rode to is to
cool.
the race up in Wisconsin last week.
Yeah.
I didn't go. I had a wreck. I'm still in pain. I've still got recovering from
Uh-oh.
I got I hit an oil slick about as long as a semi and lost it. Totaled my 2019 Indian Roadmaster Elite. God bless its soul.
No.
And I'm not going to be right till November. So they're doing all the riding and having fun, and I just get stuck doing this damn podcast.
It's a damn podcast. It's like that, huh?
Yeah, he would have been in a
podcast.
He would have been in a
they
hospital
want me
if
to
he
ride
wasn't
in
doing
a
this.
car, ride in the back of a car, or ride on the back of their bikes. I'd never ride in the back of somebody's bike that never mind.
Hey, what if Les and I talk and we get a side hack for you? And
there you go.
Wow, there you go.
Nah, I'm not doing a side hack either. I want to
ride. Yeah, I feel that.
Yes, I know. I can take this along, but guess what? My wife and I still have to undergo some counseling and all that stuff, because it was her worst nightmare come true that she got a phone call from my phone and it wasn't me. So that's frightening to her. But
absolutely.
I was riding before I met her. I was riding during all this, and this wasn't my fault. So I'm going to try and talk her into letting me ride again. There you go.
Well, I'm certainly glad that you're okay.
Yes.
Thank you.
I mean, you're not okay yet, but you're alive.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah. Max, what we can do with that bike you got stored in my garage, man?
Oh my God! Here we go again.
I did move it over to his because I had to get more room for this podcast.
Yeah,
my wife does listen to this podcast, and those guys got about kicked me out of my home.
Uh-oh.
So
well,
I don't know what to
come
say.
To an agreement. Riding is therapy for me, so a lot of people don't understand that. I know it's a risk. It's a risk.
Well, we're almost to the end here. You got any final thoughts or anything? Les, you got anything you haven't talked about?
No, I think we covered everything. Chris, Missy, thanks so much for coming on. Absolutely enjoyed the show.
Thank you.
It's a good time. If I can come up with that second bike, Chris, I'll get a hold of you and we'll talk about it.
Yeah.
We'll be talking about building a motor for it. So
there you go.
Yeah. Let us know if you ever want to do it again. This was fun.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Definitely. We're going to be doing it again.
Yeah. Thanks for having us.
Yeah. Love having you. You guys, a great source of information. I congratulate you on the rapid growth of your channel. But like I said, being old, a curmudgeon and retired, I'm not paying you to build me a bike. I'm just going to go buy something used.
There you go.
Nothing wrong with that.
Understood.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys can stay in contact. I got your phone number. You got mine. Stay in contact anytime you want to be on the show. You got something you want to, or even help us out. If you want to help us out again, that'd be great.
Yeah.
You did such a great job. I wish every freaking YouTuber did what you guys did.
I feel like I made a mess of it, but good.
No.
No, you did great.
Hey,
I
just rambling on about who knows what. I don't know.
No, well, and that's the thing. But the thing is, though, some of us need more help than others. Thank you very much. We appreciate you.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Yeah, and I promise I'll get those Crown Royal shoes out in the mail this week.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
I'll get them out.
Have you showed them already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He does.
Yeah, I've got it.
Yep.
Hang on a second here.
All right.
It's been told, and now it's.
I just want my shirt.
I'll bring you
Where's
your
my
shirt.
shirt?
Yeah, you gotta give me both of your
Max,
sizes, and I'll send you guys a shirt too.
You haven't,
That'd be great.
Max, you haven't seen my.
We'll rock that.
You haven't seen my Crown Royal shoes yet, have you?
Get out of here. Are you for real? Oh, my God. I thought you were jerking everybody's chain. My God.
No. See, since
cool.
Chris and Missy like colorful bikes, I made them a colorful pair of Crown Royal shoes.
Yeah. I can't wait to see them in at the Sam's Club or Walmart, walking in there and somebody.
Yeah, you're that guy with those Crown Royal shoes. Where'd you get those?
I'll be like from that.
You're really
podcast guy
now.
down at
From
the
that
racetrack.
podcast guy.
All right. Well, thank you guys.
Thank you for having us. We really appreciate it.
And what's that?
Thank
Vanessa
you.
is like, did you say shirts?
Oh, I do. I do have a shirt for you, Finesse. It's, when we go down to Tennessee, we'll be going to the Tennessee, the Jack Daniels ride event down there in, I think it's in October 9th through the 11th. That's going to be pretty cool. If you guys get an Indian by then, you can come too.
That's the one we're supposed to go
I'll take
to.
an Indian. Indian, do you want to give me a
Oh, you guys are coming down there?
That was the one we're supposed to go to.
Yeah.
Tennessee.
Oh, let us know if you
Yeah,
come
let us
down.
know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, my nephew is getting married on the 9th, so.
No, he's getting married on the 3rd.
Oh, crap.
What'd you do without me?
I don't know. She got it.
My wife says the same thing.
Yes. Yes.
Never mind.
As does mine, as does Les's, yes.
Well,
Common theme,
well,
isn't it?
well, if your nephew has to miss the date, I'm an ordained minister, so I can make myself available.
He is. He really is. Yeah.
Yeah, we can work something out if he needs to adjust the date,
All right. I'll let him know.
All right. Well, we'll see what we can do. We'll have you back on the show. We do have a show next week, folks. Please like, subscribe. We don't know who
Monday
the
or
guest is right now.
Tuesday night.
It's Father's Day, so it's going to be Monday night. Unless you want to do it on Father's Day night.
Okay, Monday.
Yeah, Monday will be
Monday.
It will be Monday because Father's Day. We don't want to be on this podcast. We want to be celebrating Father's Day. Hopefully, you guys do too.
I don't have any kids.
Have a great Father's Day. What's that?
I don't have any kids.
Well, okay, we'll come over and celebrate with you.
Yep.
I think we're
No,
kids.
don't.
Oh my God.
All right. Anyway, thanks you guys for coming here. Everybody like, subscribe, share this podcast, hit the bell icon. We'll see you guys next week. It's been great. Thanks for being on here, guys.